Hey guys, Kingpin Light here. We got Warriors, Baly featuring Tom and REAM, official music video. I can't read a whole lot of that, and I'm not sure how it's broken out, but I think it's a song. Is it by REAM? And it's featuring Tom? I'm not sure. Either way, we're gonna check it out. I've seen a lot of comments from you guys on this video. You guys wanted me to react to this song, so when I found it, I put the closed captioning 4K. So let's jump right into it. Cinematic. By the way, I meant to call attention to my boy Joker here. He's going to be joining me for these reactions. And now let's keep going. Okay, REAM Production. So I'm assuming that's the production company. We got Baly, who made the song featuring Tom. So it's two guys. That's my guess right now, but let's go ahead and go. A little Cambodian flag on his bandana. I'm not sure if that's what it's called in this case, but okay. As you guys already know, I love just instruments, especially when they're captured and not digitized. So curious where that's gonna lead, and I'll just pay attention to the video. I'm not 100% sure of like all the traditions and customs out there. First of all, these shots look amazing. This is like a high production value. But I was gonna say, I like how that instrument started breaking out into almost like a jazz breakdown, or just free flowing almost. It sounded like, as opposed to like a structured beat. But yeah, man, these visuals are intense in 4K. These are awesome. All right, so judging by the lyrics that I've seen, obviously the visuals that I've seen, and then you guys in the comments mentioned it was the Khmer New Year, and it seems like there's a lot of music coming out this month. Is it all kind of in honor of that New Year? So I'm assuming this is going to just sort of talk about the history and the past of Cambodia, and I'm assuming these are a lot of like really long-standing traditions and customs. Maybe a warrior class because of the name warriors, kind of like the samurai, right? Where a warrior class or whatever, that sort of thing. But I'll keep watching. I don't think I've actually seen either of these artists before, so I'm gonna be paying attention to how they sound. What is Kun Bukatar? I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but I'm curious, is that specifically the name of that warrior, or does it just signify the people of Cambodia, or what is that exactly? I'm liking his voice. The flow obviously is very toned down right now. He's flowing with it. I liked how the way the instrument came in. It was unique because it didn't follow the initial kind of bass line melody, I don't think. So it sort of came off, hold on. Yeah, it's interesting because the way that came in with such a different melody, it made it sound like it was almost a beat change up. You know, kind of like in songs halfway through, they'll switch up a different beat. it gave almost that sound simply because of how different it contrasted the bass line, even though the bass line stayed the same. So that's actually kind of cool. Let's go back. This is actually kind of dope because I think he's actually breaking down the weaponry and the skill set of these warriors, the warrior class, I'm guessing from Cambodia's past. And so it reminds me a lot of this show, oh shoot, what was it? Deadly's Warrior, where they would pit, it was basically that, oh, what channel was it on? Like, I don't remember, but it pitted different warrior classes from different cultures throughout history and be like, who would win, right? Like a ninja or a Roman soldier or something like that. And it kind of gives me that vibe, right? Because it's breaking down, I think, what all of their weapons and stuff that they used. So that's kind of cool. I just gotta say, my dude's got the best fits ever. Both when he's dressed, I'm assuming in like traditional garbs from Cambodia, but also just his modern style right there. I fuck with that. I mean, it's simple, but I'll say not everyone can pull it off, right? Black leather jacket, white t-shirt, and it's sort of like not slick back, but like not over the top hair sort of thing, right? Like more toned down, brought down. I like that style. It's like the greaser almost style. And I'm liking his flow. It's definitely super determined, I guess is the right word, where it seems like he's stepping on each word very, very kind of like, what's another word for determined? I'm running out of synonyms here. Assured, basically, right? Like each word is where it needs to be. Oh man, he killed it right there. I was not expecting that. Oh yeah, that intensity and that sort of aggression in it. I always love that. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that at all, actually. Even with the intensity increase in his voice and his flow, which I wasn't expecting that, but it was like, okay, cool, once I got used to it. I was not expecting more metal and like heavy rock instruments to come in. That's a really cool transition. Okay, he said it right there. Angkorian warrior, Angkorian warrior Kun Bokatar. So I'm assuming the Kun Bokatar is the actual name of the warrior class, and then Angkorian warrior is just talking about forgive me, I don't know too much about the history of Cambodia, but I do know that Angkoria is a term used for like a cultural sort of like a heritage thing, right? I've seen it used in geographically, but also used culturally. So that's something I could probably look up on my own, but you guys can let me know what it actually means. Is that legit? Our martial art is valuable, registered in our national heritage since 2020. So it got like, how does that work? I'm curious, because kind of maybe it's sort of like the martial arts in Japan and China and that sort of thing, where they're just kind of cultural, you know, capstones, I guess, to the culture, the heritage. So is that something that happened recently then? Um, I'm actually curious. So this is a completely side thing from music, but I am super into learning about warfare and just different wars and battles throughout history, not just obviously the modern ones like World War One and Two, but even prior to that, right? Like the Romans and all of that. And so I'm actually curious because I don't know what Cambodia's history with warfare is. Like, who were their main um, enemies and allies and that sort of thing. My warfare or even historical knowledge, it kind of has a dead spot in Asia. I don't know a whole lot about Asian culture outside of like the Mongols and all that. That was more kind of north. Would it be northwest? Kind of northwestern down because they were up in like Russia, China area, right? And they came back down all the way down almost to Europe. But I got a kind of a hole of knowledge when it comes to that sort of history, um, in sort of in Asia. So that's actually something I'm curious. I might look that into on myself just to learn more about that side of warfare. All these visuals are making me want to see like a full series on Netflix or something, like a dramatized version of this warrior class, because they have that for like Vikings, right? They have a ton of Viking movies and shows, and I think Vikings were badass in terms of their culture and history. They have the same thing for like ninjas, samurais, a whole bunch of samurai movies. It would be dope to see a dramatized series about like this warrior class specifically. I think that would be really cool to see. Okay. So this is the second guy. The first guy was Baly. I'm assuming this guy's Tom. I'm liking this flow, but that beginning of the flow was actually really cool. This is a reach for anyone who knows him, and I know it, but it gives me the same sort of feeling I did when I first heard Andre 3000, or maybe Big Crit. Both of those guys have really unique flows, and I don't know how to describe it. They're not similar to this flow at all. It's just a feeling that I got when I first heard of them to him in that beginning part of the verse where it's a very unique flow, but it worked well with the beat. Yeah, I like it. It's almost conversational. Like the beginning part when he first started, and I think what it's leading to right here, it's almost a conversational flow as opposed to it being a melodic or a structured rap sort of flow. It's conversational almost, where there's different extending of the vowels sort of, or sections of the word, I guess, not specifically vowels, but it's interesting to hear, and it works well. Like it's very practiced, I'll say. It's not like no offense to any Blueface fans, but I'm not a big fan of that dude's flow. But he's an example of almost a conversational sort of flow that doesn't sound very practiced to me. Like I know it's its own genre of flow, just not my thing. Also, guys, if you're liking this so far, like, subscribe, and comment, or you can wait to like it till the end. You may end up hating it, so at least subscribe if you like it so far, and comment some more suggestions. But anyway, let's get back to it. Ooh, that was a cool little breakdown right at the end. I'm assuming at the end because I saw the credits, but we got another whole minute. That little breakdown of the beat was actually really nice toward the end. Where was I? I do like the fact that they're switching between like the traditional garbs and the modern garbs and just showing like the same stance, just to say basically like our heritage is still there regardless of the times. But this is what I was gonna ask about, the tattoos, man. So everyone knows Hawaiian tattoos, right? Everyone knows Viking tattoos, tribal. So I'm curious, is this significance? Because I saw a couple of people in this video had sort of similar tattoos where it's almost a band right around here and then a few symbols to the left and right, and then what looks like a little symbol in the middle. But I'm wondering if that's a traditional. Actually, now that I'm looking at it up close, those two bottom bands look like they might be writing. I can't tell 100%. Right here, hold on. I like that. I gotta say it one more time, man. These shots right here of this wall art, peak. Just the photography of it, and hey, they got a professional colorist and color grader, so I can see that. But I'm saying these shots are just amazing. They're really, really cool. Especially in high definition, you can see like the grooves of the wall, or I can't tell if it was metal or if it's stone, because like up close here, it could be some form of bronze or copper, but it could also just be stone. But either way, it looks super dope. I just paused it for a second because it looks like it ended, but we have like literally an entire minute. Holy shit, this isn't even music. Or let me rephrase that. This isn't even just like a random song. This is like an actual movie soundtrack. Like I could hear that playing on some form of like serious version of Indiana Jones or Uncharted or any of those Christopher Nolan movies. Like that, this actually sounds like something that would be playing in the background of like Inception or even one of the Batman movies. I know it ended, but I'm really enjoying like this little soundtrack or whatever it is. So yes, I think I'm right on the I'm gonna put my money down and say that's what it is, right? The Khmer New Year. This is honoring the heritage. But what I am curious about is whether he did this in honor of it being the Khmer New Year, or whether this is the type of music he normally produces. Because I know Vonda, for example, has a few songs. I'll say more than a few, but he's got songs where he's honoring specifically the heritage of Cambodia. But then he's got a lot of other music that's just more personal, right? It's about him and his come up and that sort of thing. So I'm curious if he focuses on this kind of heritage what would you call it? Like heritage highlighting. That doesn't sound right. Or whether he has more personal songs, like most of his music is more personal to him and that sort of thing. So I may have to look into him as well. I'm sort of having a running list now of a bunch of artists I gotta listen to. So I'm gonna have to start being more selective, meaning I'm getting more requests than I can put out as quickly as I'm getting them, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna need to see you guys let me know which ones I should be prioritizing and I can start bumping them up the list, you know what I mean? So anyway, guys, that was it. Hope you guys liked it. And I really want to just thank you guys for all the support. We're up to 1870 subscribers, which is crazy. And I can see 2K coming close. So let's get there, right? Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one.